not. I had something to drink and a bite of food, so we're at 1,121.0, 220. Nice little house here, a big house, medium-sized house. Looks like they got some firewood there. Okay. There's a big drop off there, and they put a fence there, and there's really no view. It's it grew up. Thought it'd be a place to take pictures, but I guess not. Usually those places have that, but well, let's see what's on here.
After 2 world wars, it became clear how important an alliance like this could be. NATO was extraordinarily successful because it was able to...
It's not needed anymore now.
The Soviet Union.
Soviet Union's gone.
From thinking of a conventional attack into Western Europe. Today, NATO is in a prickly situation. Not only has Russia invaded the European country, but other countries like China are helping the Kremlin.
John Denny is with the Croix Center.
They need help, and they should get help. Although war is not the answer, but we caused this.
There will probably be some language regarding
we caused that war.
destabilizing role of China.
NATO did. U.S. did.
South China Sea, we saw the role of Chinese diving activity.
They're just banding together to take what's theirs.
Jim Townsend is
We're in deep shit because we're in the wrong.
European and NATO policy, and also now with the Scoville Center.
If you're going to deter, you've got to show you mean business, and the adversary needs to know that you've got the capability,
which we don't.
Political will, and that's what NATO is rebuilding now. And they have got to procure the readiness, the training, the equipment, all that makes your force a fighting force.
There's some other long-running tension for the alliance, says Rachel Rizzo, a senior fellow with the Atlantic Council's Europe Center.
I think the challenge here is that long-term support decisions, especially regarding military assistance, still come from national capitals. They don't come from NATO headquarters. The new Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte,
NATO should be disbanded, and we should stop funding it.
Tricky situations.
Jason
Trump
Boyd's
knew that,
relationship
too.
between NATO and Turkey. It is a complicated one. Turkey is big, population 84 million, and of all the NATO members, it has the second largest military force behind the U.S. But Western leaders are increasingly frustrated by Turkey's decisions that do not align with NATO's priorities. It wasn't always this way. The world's Duri Biskaran has a story starting with a visit to a popular lunch spot in Istanbul that opened the same year Turkey joined NATO.
In the back streets of an old neighborhood that used to be next to a shipyard, it's the lunchtime rush at NATO Lokantası, the NATO restaurant. Carrots are grated for a salad, lamb and chicken stew in large pots. Food here is served cafeteria style. Owner Mevlut Öztürk says the cafe opened in 1952, the same year that Turkey joined the NATO alliance. So they called it the NATO Lokantası, and the name stuck. That's all I know, Öztürk says. I suppose they liked NATO. 7 decades later, the hardware stores, shipyards, and brothels of the neighborhood have given way
There's
to
our bridge.
cafes and hotels catering to tourists. But this restaurant never changes, Öztürk says. We're here to serve working people, Öztürk tells me. We never break our style. Here in
You can see it in the distance there.
The contrast when I step outside gives me a sense of how much has changed in nearly 75 years.
In February 1952, the 12 nations of the Atlantic Alliance had become 14.
Turkey and Greece joined NATO together that year. A promotional
Well, they
film
talked different
released on
back then,
NATO boasted of how the two countries would strengthen the alliance's southern flank.
Turkey, which has in 30 years become an energetic modern nation.
Now Turkey don't want any part of it, eh?
Exceptional qualities of her
It's
troops.
not needed anymore. It's only, you only want something when you need it.
History says the young country was hoping for a security guarantee against a possible invasion by the Soviet Union in the northeast.
You know, not that the Soviet Union was going to invade them the next day, but that if they didn't have a strong Western ally, they were going to face increasing Soviet pressure, increasing Soviet threats that they'd have no effective way to resist.
Turkey quickly participated in NATO's military exercise. 15,000 troops in the 1980s, NATO supported the Turkish government as it fought Kurdish insurgents.
During the Cold War, when the main Kurdish
Oh, we're losing our channel.
Soviet-sponsored left-wing organization fighting an insurgency against the NATO government.
1643.
Supporting Turkey in often
Seeing that a lot.
undemocratic crackdowns.
Politics shifted after the fall of the Soviet Union. NATO started to arm insurgents in Iraq against Saddam Hussein.
I guess we'll turn that off. It's just not coming in. It's just going to be staticky. I mean, NATO is obsolete now because the USSR is gone. And we went over there and picked a war that didn't need to be fought. And Turkey knows better. There's some people that are voters and stuff, they know. They know that this war is at least not necessary, and some of them may know that it's actually evil. Oh, that's quite a stairway there, eh? See, that's the top of the bridge right ahead of us. But Trump tried to defund NATO. He knew that it wasn't needed anymore, and that they all have health care over there and everything, and they're getting our free money, and we don't have free health care here. They're taking our tax money and frittering it away for something that's not needed anymore. So they go over there and poke the bear so that they can make it necessary to have NATO. I mean, the people that are running this thing, they ought to be all hung for treason, really. They're risking a nuclear war. Just the fact that they're not nuking us is the fact that what I'm saying is right. If we would have done what we're doing now 40 years ago, it would have been the end of the world. They would have pushed a button on us. I mean, who's the one that blew the first atomic bomb up on a city? It's the West. We can't really say if the USSR would have done it because they never had the chance or they never tried. But we know that America would do it, and that's what's kind of scary. I don't believe that we're going to cause World War III. I don't think that the Russians will be drawn into it, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to poke them into a fight. We're being a bully. It's like the bully's hitting you, trying to get you to hit back. And that's what we're doing. It's evil. Okay, this is our... Is it up? East. I think we turned left. It's our bridge. Whoops. We gotta put this up. This is the bridge that they featured on, it might have been NPR. Nobody behind me, is there? They built it. They had to tear the old bridge was obsolete, and they had to replace it. This is really beautiful. It's a nice bridge. Got a couple pictures of it. I don't know what the name of it is. I went over this last year by mistake, and I thought I was dash camming it. I wasn't. I'll go both ways, and then I'll go to Interstate, or not to Interstate Park, but to that falls. I can't remember what that other park is called. It kind of looks ominous, but at least we'll get the dash cam of the bridge without rain. So we're at